Okay, so I wanted to give my honest. I've played Dragonage Veilguard for about 30 hours, and I want to give my honest review as a gamer about the game. Uh, let's start with the basically the sad part, which is all of the good parts of the game. The gameplay is fun. It's fun to play. Uh, the, the fighting system is easy to understand and complex enough to be interesting. So that's good. The It seems like BioWare made a really great game. Made sure all of the lore, like they patched that up so nothing really violates the lore of the previous three games. The storyline, they made sure that made sense. Like it seems like they made a great game and then storyboarded it, and then handed all of that and a trapper keeper to a 12-year-old girl, and had her write all of the dialogue for all of the characters. It is that like slap in the face type of like heavy-handed writing that only a 12-year-old girl writing in a trapper keeper could come up with. They're like, to give an example. Okay, let's forget about the controversy about the trans stuff and everything in Veilguard. Baldur's Gate 3 was a good game that told a good story, and it had the same issues that Veilguard has. The difference is Baldur's Gate 3 treated it as if it was normal. Like all of the characters in the world weren't like, oh, I'm a they, them. It was just whoever you love and have sex with. Like I think that there was a yeah, I'm gay, and like I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I might be thinking of a different game, but I'm pretty sure that there were like sexuality, unless it was just in the character creation. Which I mean, even then, they just treated it like you want to be a chick with a dick. You could create your character like that, but this is the world you're going to be in. Everybody treats that type of shit as normal, so nobody's going to be like, tell us your story. Okay? Baldur's Gate did it fine. That's the way everybody should do it. Just treat it like it's fucking normal. Make it make sense to the story. If it doesn't make sense to the story, there's no reason to bring it up. There's no reason to talk about it. But the way that the character building is in Dragon Age Veilguard, it's very heavy handed. There's no real option. Like all your options are you're the good person anyway. You take the high road anyway, and everybody loves everybody, and everybody like, and then it's especially in your face with the Tosh storyline because that's like a fucking tranny's fucking fever dream. The entire storyline is a trans person's fever dream. It's exactly what a 12-year-old girl would write if she wanted to create a fucking a 12-year-old a tranny character. She would go on YouTube, listen to the things that trannies are saying on fucking TikTok, and then just write a character based on all of that. Tosh is whiny, is a fucking crybaby. Is supposed to be the strong, independent. Is a whiny fucking crybaby that constantly complains. And you, as a character, cannot tell her to shut the fuck up, grow the fuck up, fucking man up, have some balls, fucking be an adult. You can't tell her that. You have to sit there and all of your options in conversations are either to console her or to hype her up and be like, hell yeah, tranny's great. Like those are your only options. No, you have no options to be like, shut the fuck up. You have no options to have a hate relationship with that character to the point where like they leave your team. Like they heavy-handedly like spoon feed you Let's make this one character fucking trans, even though it has nothing to do with the story. None of the characters should care if it did have something to do with the story because it's a fantasy world where people fucking just do whatever. It should be normal in their fantasy world. But the whole, yeah, I don't feel like a man. I'm a they them. No, what the fuck? Why are we having? Why are pro like? That's why it failed. Because you created a really good game, a fun game to play, that fit in the Dragon Age world, and then you let a 12-year-old little girl do all of the character development and write all of the conversations. Dragon Age the series is older than the little girl that wrote the character development for Dragonage Veilguard. I don't know where these people learned about creative writing or how to tell a story or what books they read that inspired them to become writers themselves. But I think it was closer to fucking C Spot Run than it was Old Man in the Sea. So overall, I have to give Dragonage Veilguard a 6. Because it's a fun game to play. And it's a fun RPG game. Like, even the leveling up is great. But the overall, like, heavy-handed reality that they throw into a fictional game and a fictional story where you're fighting gods and dragons, it just destroys the immersion of the game. You can't immerse yourself in the world, and you definitely can't care about any of the characters because the characters are all children. They talk like children, they think like children, they're overly emotional like children, but somehow they still think they're the hero like children. It's poorly written. Whoever wrote Veilguard has never met an actual person before. Because they had no clue how people interact, how people talk, how emotions work. You can't have 8 people together and not have fucking negative emotions and anger and fights and arguments. Especially people that are that different. But the person that wrote this is like, she was playing with her dollhouse and every single one of her Barbies, they're all friends. Right? But there's only like the one best friend. So that's your character in the game, right? And that's the one everybody else is like, oh, you're the greatest, Sally. You're the best ever, Sally. And so that's the one they all rally around. And then they all do their own thing. And Sally is their biggest cheerleader. You go, girl. All right. Yeah. Woo. That's how it's written. It's written like fucking junior high drama. It's written by somebody that hasn't mastered the English language yet. It's written by somebody that cannot pass 6th grade English. So, out of 10, I'd give it a 6. And 5 of those points are out of the fact that it's a fun game to play. The mechanics are great. The leveling up is great. It's intuitive, but still allows you to explore. There's still a bunch of customizable options in how you build your character and how you fight. And it lets you, if you build your character one way and you don't want to do it that way, it lets you respec your character at no cost. So it gives you, you don't have to sit there and go, oh, I built it the wrong way and I should either start over or I have to save up for this many crystals to No, it just lets you respec. So you'd be like, okay, well, let's try it if I do it this way. Oh, this is way more fun. So gameplay and the design of the game and the game should have been a blockbuster. But because of the writing and the political message and the heavy-handed force feeding of their ideals, it's just bad. You can't get invested in the story. You can't get invested in the characters. You don't care about any of them. They didn't show. They wanted to throw in the Inquisition and the characters in the Inquisition, but they didn't even bother using the same engine that they did for Mass Effect, so the game remembers the decisions you made in the last game. And seeing as how Inquisition also connected to BioWare's website and had to download things and everything, you'd think that they would have that information. Oh, since you made these decisions and fucking, we'll make sure that that's how it's handled in this game. No, they don't even do that. They don't even import the character of your Inquisitor. You have to remake it to look like your character, or else it'll just be some random fucking character. So, when it comes to like the character, like, again, they didn't give a fuck about telling a story through characters. Whoever wrote for that just wanted to get their political message across. And everything's happy and everybody's good. And it just comes off like a 12-year-old little girl writing in her Trapper Keeper. It's not groundbreaking. It's not even good for a 12-year-old writing in her Trapper Keeper. Let's put it that way. It's bad. It's horrible writing. The overall story, the storyboarded stuff, and the lore, and everything, and the fighting two gods and dragons and everything, that's fucking great. Fits in with the Dragon Age world. It's a good story. You can get behind it. It's believable, especially with Solus being a dick. Like, but just the character interaction and all of the cutscenes that you got to sit through that are just bad. And even you could tell, listening to the actors, they're just reading their lines. They don't care about the characters either. Even the guy that plays Varric, who's been playing Varric forever, doesn't give a fuck. I doubt he's even in their studio. He's probably fucking recording at his own private studio at his house, and then just emailing them the lines. It's bad. You could tell nobody cared about the project because when they read the script, they were like, a 12-year-old girl wrote this in her Trapper Keeper. Yeah. Anyway, that's my honest review of Dragonage Veilguard.